If you want to get promoted in agency, then understanding how important budgets are to your agency's success is absolutely critical. Agencies make money one way, by billing out the hours of the people who work there to clients. There's a few different billing methods around the world: retainers, where the client pays you a set amount each month; staffing plans, where you tend to reconcile the hours of everyone at the end of the month or the end of the quarter. That's used almost exclusively in the US. Or project-based budgeting, where each specific project is costed separately. Here we're going to look at project-based budgets only. In my view, the other budget options are slowly on the way out or are dead already. Even in the US, we're starting to see a move towards project-based budgets. So let's start with them. Let's start top level. Most agency leaders are targeting a 20% profit margin. Now, putting aside all the other factors that affect profitability, and assuming the agency is stable, it's well managed, it has the right staffing levels and fixed costs, then there are two factors that are going to affect the achievement of that financial target. The first is the rate paid by the client for each hour of time used. And the second is the number of billable hours each employee delivers. Now, improving the rate you get paid for each hour of your time is difficult and often outside most account people's control. However, billable hours are very much in your control and is the path to a happy agency life. Now, budgeting is the key to ensuring the hours you put in are billable. Poor quality budgets that lack detail, are poorly thought through, or don't fully reflect the scope of the project normally equal one thing: non-billable over-servicing, or very difficult discussions with the client about the need for more money to finish projects. Now, budgets that are often wildly optimistic about details like rounds of amends. 2 rounds of amends with up to 10% changes is kind of like a standard line I see in a lot of budgets. Now, other than very, very simple projects, this is in fact insane optimism. Even if you're creating something simple like a 6-page website, the idea you're going to draft the copy and have less than 2 rounds of client amends is pretty unrealistic. In most cases, you're going to get a set of comments from the client, from the client's project management, from their boss, then from someone from legal or compliance, then from the digital manager, and then after all that input, the project manager, your main client, is going to change a bunch of stuff back before it goes live. On the flip side, trying to include 21 rounds of amends, and check the version numbers of your projects if you think 21 is an exaggeration, it's a pretty good estimate for the real world, into a budget you send to the client and see what happens. Normally, once the laughing has subsided, you will either never hear from them again, or you'll spend a few hours of unbillable time talking to procurement about processes and efficiencies and about how it's possible for a job to get to version 21. As an aside, version 151 holds the record here, and the client's procurement team refused to pay more because we should have managed it better. And in a lot of ways, they were right. What we should have done was budget it much better, and that would have reduced the problems we had here significantly. The solution to all these challenges: detail, detail, detail. The more you break the budget out into different parts that make up it more accurate, the more time you'll actually capture. It's not enough to say something like, time to write 6 pages of content. You need to break it out much more. You need to break it out into we'll create a copy outline, we'll create a full draft, we'll have SEO optimization of the copy and headlines, include proofreading, include final copy amends, include amends from legal and regulatory review, so that everyone who will touch the document has the right time listed against their job function. And this does 2 things. It ensures that you really do capture every hour the team will spend, and second, it makes it much harder for procurement or the client to reduce your budget. For example, it's hard to defend 8 days of time to write 6 pages of content. However, it's much easier to defend key parts of the process, like having a specialist optimize the copy for search, or the need for amends following legal review. So, in summary, detail equals more fee-paying hours, and having high billable hours equals sensible working hours, i.e. going home somewhere close to on time, and the potential to get promoted because you're in control of the account. People can see that. You can take on more work, you add more value to the agency. So for more on the specific skills that will help you work smarter, check out the rest of the videos in this section and subscribe to ensure you get the latest content.